My senses were heightened. I could feel every raindrop on my skin. Drip, drip, drip. It was a good day to die. And this legendary Gnarlpine warrior across the field from me, he just might be worthy of delivering the final blow. Alright, so before I jump into the video, I just wanted to mention that this is my 10th video uploaded. And to celebrate, I've decided to do a giveaway of a video card. Haha, get it? 10 videos and a video card. Alright, it's not that funny, but yeah, if you want more details, stick around. I'll tell you about the graphics card, how to enter for a chance to get it, that sort of thing. It's not really a great giveaway, but I just figured I had it laying around and I wanted to do something. Alright, so this is Hardcore Man. He's my hardcore mode Night Elf Druid. You probably could have guessed that, from looking at him, the video title, and maybe even the thumbnail. Though honestly, I just make these thumbnails like 3 minutes before I publish the videos, so probably not, but it's worth a shot. Basically, if I die at any point, my playthrough will end, and my character will be permanently a ghost, and I'll lose all my progress, which makes the entire game extremely challenging. Harder to get good gear, worse gear means a greater chance of dying, and, the cycle repeats. So I went ahead and grabbed my starting quest, but before doing that, I talked to the mysterious stranger to make it officially hardcore mode. You can actually only swap at level 1, so better to just get it over with. I forgot where the mysterious stranger was, and then I hit level 2, and so I had to kind of kill off the original hardcore man. But, had to learn from my mistakes. He's dead for that, which is why you need this amazing video. I'm the one making the video, and I still didn't know how it worked. It's not just sarcasm, I promise. No, I'm kidding, it totally is. So the first few quests were definitely easy. I killed the Thistleborers and the Young Night Sabers pretty quickly, and by the time I finished, I was level 2. Who would have guessed I would have made it to level 2? This guy didn't. What a loser. No, but it's actually really sad how many graves you end up seeing everywhere, especially even at the lower levels. Though what's worse is all the death announcements that you end up seeing at crazy high levels too. Some of these people have put literal hundreds of hours in just to lose it all, which is actually the perk of dying early. That way you don't have to waste so much time. So that's why I'm going to try to die in this video, then I don't have to worry too much about it. But yeah, with that one down, I moved on to killing the Grill. Oh, sorry, not Grill. I meant Grell, but when I make an MMO, I'll make sure to include Grills as a hidden boss. I'm actually working on my own MMO currently, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see it when it's ready. But that part also went super quick and easy, and I didn't end up with any close calls. I actually managed to hit level 3 with my last Grail. So I decided before doing the Balance of Nature quest, I'd go for the higher level webwood spiders to hopefully get a bit more challenging. And well, it definitely got a lot more challenging. The mobs were now attacking on sight, so there's a lot of fear of accidentally pulling 2 mobs, which is always the easiest way to die. And so I died to this spider. But before I show you that, a message from our sponsor, Jokes. Alright, so I didn't really die, but I had no idea he was there. When I pulled him out of the area to safety, he got me down to like 30% HP. So I'm definitely positive 2 of these spiders could kill me. But after that I was a lot more careful. I only pulled the very outer spiders and generally stayed to only areas where there was no more than 1 spider spawned. It went well, and that was another quest down. After turning it in, I was just shy of level 4. I did end up picking up my other quests, but they were way outside the realm of possibility. I have to go into the spider's lair, hoping I didn't pull 2 spiders, and then also kill the boss while I was inside, so that probably wasn't going to happen. So I just moved on to that Night Saber and Boar quest. Not much to say about that quest, actually. Factually, it happened. Entertainingly, it didn't. Time-wise, oh my gosh, how did that take so long? But after turning it in, I hit level 4 and was already halfway to level 5, so that's fine. I'll take it. So I figured I could go ahead and grab my new spells. I now had Rejuvenation and Moonfire, but then I completely forgot to put them on my spell bar, so I technically had them, I guess. I played for a while before I actually noticed that. Wow, I'm just full of skills. Now remember when I said those quests weren't possible? That gave me a great idea. Maybe I should do them. And so he did. At exactly 2 hours and 12 minutes from the moment he took his first breath, he died to a massive spider on steroids. Alright, I didn't have any quests available to do other than the spider quest, and I really didn't want to pass up on the XP, so it was time to spider. Or so I thought. Near the spiders was the Friend in Need quest. You just have to save this guy's life by bringing him the anti-spider venom. And, you know, you had to grab a couple ingredients. I hit 5 from killing a Grelkin on that quest, and that meant it was really time to spider. I actually got extremely lucky. There was a high-level human warrior that had just plowed his way through the cave on his own. So all I had to do was basically just kill this dude, this guy, this fella, and also this thing. But then I was at the boss. I went ahead and cleared the other spiders in the area while I was at it. However, there was one spider next to the boss. And well, when I tried to kill it, it pulled the boss, so the fight was on. I managed to get the first spider down quick, but then I was at 40% health, and, you know, that's how I died. Nah, I had healing. You can't die in a game when you have healing. So I basically just basic attacked him until I had full mana while I just healed myself when I was low. It went pretty smooth. There really wasn't any challenge to it. I was surprised. But yeah, that's kind of going to be the whole strategy going forward. It's just like not to focus on damage output when it's one mob. If I can just beat them in that trade-off, even if it's a very long fight, I'll just sit there and heal and gain mana. Although I would say it would be effective when I have to take on multiple mobs. But I plan on playing the game in the most zero-risk way possible, so there will be no fun to be had or challenges. That way, this entire video can just exist to make me feel better about myself and my skills at playing this game. So why would I take a chance at dying when I can do that instead? My humor's so dry, people are going to watch this and they're just going to be like, wow, this guy sounds really boring. It's that meta irony, bro. But yeah, with him down and the Venom sack collected, it was time to leave. It took me like 5 minutes to get out because the entire dungeon had respawned at that point. But I turned in the quest, hit level 6, which is pretty exciting. I figured it was going to be a lot shorter video, so that was pretty good. I did the quest to fill a vial, and then headed out on my journey, grabbing the exit quest on the way from Port Thanius, or whatever that dude's name is. I certainly would not want to be named Port Thanius, but, you know, not my choice. But, before we arrive in Dalinar, it's time to talk about my wonderful giveaway. So I've got an RX 480 laying around. They don't really have much value, so I figured I'd just give it to someone who enjoys my videos, and maybe it'll give them a chance to play the games that I play. It's pretty simple to enter. All you gotta do is leave a comment on the video before November 30th for a chance to win. Although, if you're already doing that, I'd appreciate if you subscribe and like while you're at it, but you don't really need to. But yeah, that's kinda it. It's mostly US based, but if you're in a country where the shipping won't be horribly expensive, and you know, I'm not too worried about spending a bit of money. I'll spend whatever I need to ship. Though if it ends up being like $100 or just some crazy number that the card's not even worth, then that's not going to work. And maybe we can find something else. Maybe there's something else that I could give. But yeah, so if you want to join, just leave a comment, and yeah, we'll kind of cross that bridge or ocean when it happens. So after arriving in Dalinar, there really wasn't a ton going on. I turned in my travel quests and picked up all the new quests offered, and then kind of jumped around a lot. There was a lot of jumping. So yeah, enjoy this jump montage while I come up with the next part to say. Oh, my quest tracker broke. Apparently, it told me I needed to do Zin's bidding twice. Someone definitely needs to patch this. Very important bug. 100% game breaking. Will be getting a refund, even though I didn't spend any money. But yeah, originally I had decided to do the Starbreeze Village quest first with the Gnarlpine dudes, and was gonna fill up the vial there. But after seeing the mass grave, I decided that was probably a terrible idea. So I ended up leaving in fear. A fear I still live into this very day. Live into this very day. To. Yeah, man, there should have been a comma there. Dang. Anyway, instead I turned in the quest to Dinalan for the rare earth. I couldn't remember when the murdering dudes randomly spawned from whatever that quest was, so I ran away as soon as I turned it in. It didn't end up being this quest though, so I don't know. But he gave me the Timberling quest for both the sprouts and the seeds, and those were pretty simple. As long as I paid attention, I wasn't in any real danger. I managed to hit level 7 from the random Night Saber that was kind of walking by, so that was pretty good too. And then I turned that in, killed the remaining owls I needed on the Zin's bidding quest, and it gave me like 2 bars of XP. It was terrible. It was the equivalent of like 4 Timberling kills. I was pretty salty about that. But on the note from way later in the video, on jokes, here's one. How do you tell if someone plays WoW in hardcore mode? They'll tell you! No, really, they will. But some dude was mad at me for helping out Zen, and I was mad at Zen too because he gave me barely any XP. So I poisoned him, turned him into a frog, but let's just ignore the fact that I couldn't find the Falcons for the life of me. Oh crap. They weren't here, or here, or here either. Dang it. But yeah, so I also went and did the Gnarlpine Ambusher quest, which basically took 0 time, 0 effort, and by the time I turned it in, I managed to hit level 8, so pretty good overall. With that down, it was time to face my ultimate fear. Starbreeze Village. The gravestones were piled high. So many had died, just for me to think I could do better. The dead haunted me. The graves were calling to me. But I slowly made my way through these guys. The fights themselves, they weren't very difficult. I was usually out of mana at the end, so there was that constant fear of pulling multiple mobs. But I turned in Gnarlpine Corruption to the Faceplant dude, and I grabbed the Dreamcatcher, and then went to challenge the big dude, Pharasitis. I had some close calls and often pulled 2 mobs, but luckily I was able to handle it. I actually had 2 of them, who almost got me, but I barely pulled it off. Knowing I could barely handle 2 mobs, I decided 100% I was ready to handle the boss. So getting the Mystic down while I had Pharasitis rooted wasn't so bad. However, I immediately realized I was out of mana. I hadn't brought any potions because I'm too cheap to actually buy them, and he hit freaking hard. Honestly, I wasn't expecting my health to drop so quickly. But I ended up getting a lucky break because he reset right as he reached me. So since his ad was down, I was able to kind of sweep him up pretty quickly by just going back and pulling him once I was back at full health and mana. I just overwhelmed him with damage really quick, and that made it pretty simple. It wasn't a bad fight. It's the ad that makes it really hard. But I got all the way back to Dalinar and realized I hadn't killed the Mystics. The adrenaline really messed me up. I had no idea what I was doing for a while. But then I did go back and I got it turned in and hit level 9. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video. I'd super appreciate it if you gave it a like, left a comment, especially subscribed so you get notified of my next videos. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one if you do subscribe.